Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mama Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-anjana-salakaya Chakkhiranimilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Sirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Siragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalitam Shri Visakham Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatrivasya Kurpa Sindhuvaivacha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasat Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today is a very important verses we are going to discuss, that what kind of benedictions or blessings we should ask to the Lord. Because everybody approaches the Lord. But what should be our benediction for our ultimate benefit? This in these beautiful verses it is mentioned. So we will go through these beautiful verses. This is in 4:30 and 33. This is spoken by the Prachetas. So it is said that yāvat māyayā spṛṣṭā brahmana iha karmabhiḥ tāvad bhavat-prasaṅgānāṁ saṅgaḥ syān bhave. So in this beautiful verses it says that the Prachetas is praying to the Supreme Lord. Dear Lord, as long as we have to remain within this material world due to our material contamination and wander from one type of body to another and from one planet to another, we pray that we may associate with those who are engaged in discussing your pastime. We pray for this benediction life after life in different bodily forms and on different planets. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is the best benediction that a devotee can ask for the Supreme Lord. This is also confirmed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sthane sthita sutigatam tanumanobhihi. One may be in position or another according to the destiny, but in any case one must continue to hear about activities of pastime of Supreme Lord, regardless of circumstances. A pure devotee does not pray for liberation or for cessation of cycle of birth and death, because he does not consider that important. The most important thing for a devotee is getting a chance to hear about the pastime and glories of the Lord. The devotee who engages in the service of the Lord in this world will have the same opportunity in the spiritual world also. Because for a devotee, everything is in spiritual world. Everything is in the spiritual world for as long as he can hear about the pastime of the Lord. Wherever he can chant, Lord is personally present. Yatra gayanti madhavakta tatra tishtami narada. When pure devotee assemble to chant, hear, talk about Supreme Personality of Godhead, the place where they assemble become Vaikuntha. For devotee, there is no need to pray to the Lord for transferal to the Vaikuntha world. A pure devotee can create Vaikuntha or Vrindavan anywhere simply by chanting the glories of the Lord without offense. The Prachetas pray for an opportunity to hear the glories of the Lord in every form of life. Bhave. A living entity transmigrating from one body to another. Devotee is not particularly eager to stop this process. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays, Mama Janmani Sare Bhavatat Bhakti Rahititito. My dear Lord, birth after birth, may I be fixed in your pure devotional service. Out of humility, a devotee considers himself unfit to be transferred to the spiritual world. He always thinks himself contaminated by the modes of material nature. Nor is there any need for a devotee to ask to be freed from the modes of material nature. Devotional service itself is in the transcendental position. Therefore, there is no question of asking for the special facility. The conclusion is that pure devotee is not anxious to stop the repetition of birth and death, but is always eager to associate with other devotees who are engaged in chanting and hearing about the Lord. So in these beautiful verses, it is stated how the importance of how a pure devotee asks for the benediction from the Lord, the best benediction for the Lord. So according to our karma, we have turned away from the Lord, Vasudevam Paranmukha. As a result, we have been suffering in this material world since time immemorial, according to our karma. It is going on. And as a result, we are transmigrating from one body to another body, one species to another species, one planet to another planet. So this punarapi janaram, punarapi maranam, punarapi janana just going on. Although the goal of this human form of life is to stop the repetition of birth and death and get the liberation. But the pure devotee of the Lord, they do not ask for this benediction also. Because for them, the highest things is that devotional service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that, it is stated in Bhagavatam, what is the highest benefit of or ultimate goal of human form of life? The highest or ultimate benefit is savai punsam paro dharma jato bhakti agatyat. It is stated, its beautiful verses in 1 to 6, that most important thing is that how to develop the love for Krishna. It is more even, it is what you say, it is higher than even getting liberation and stopping this repetition of birth and death. Savai punsam paro dharma jato bhakti adhokyat ahituki apratiyata jadatma suprasita. So love of Godhead, prema pumartha mahan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that the highest goal, the perfection, ultimate perfection, to develop the love of the Godhead. That is very important. To get Krishna is not that important than get the love of Krishna. So therefore, it is stated that, and that love of Godhead is very, very important things. It is the highest thing. Krishna himself spoke to Uddhava that there is nothing beyond this. In these beautiful verses, Krishna say that bhaktim labdha sadhavo kim anyat avishyasate. What more remains to be accomplished for the perfect devotee after achieving devotional service unto the me, Supreme Absolute Truth? So there is no higher than this love of Godhead. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that prema pumartha mahan. It is the yam labdha cha paramalabham. It is the highest gain, highest achievement, and the highest goal of human form of life, to develop the love of the Godhead. Therefore, devotional service is the only process. It is stated that this devotional service of bhakti, to develop the bhakti, is the highest things. It's the only process. In these verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Sanatana Goswami, Nityananda Bhakta Sava Dikhe. These beautiful verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that there is nothing beyond this. That is the highest goal of everything. Bhaktyaham ekah graha. So only by bhakti is the highest. So there is nothing beyond. It is stated that Ateva bhakti Krishna praptera upaya abhidya bali tare sarve shastra gaya. So this is the conclusion, is that devotional service only means for approaching Supreme Personality of Godhead. This system is therefore called abhidya. This is the verdict of all living. This bhakti is very important to approach Supreme Lord. Lord say that this is the highest. Without bhakti, all other process that stands very, what you say, is not so other process is not so much appealing to the Lord. It is stated in Chaitanya Chaitamrita that Bhagavat Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japa Tapa Pranasya Deyasa Mandanam Lokam Ranjanam. Without bhakti, all other things like ornament in the dead body. So it is substantiated that bhakti is the highest. Even Krishna himself said, there is nothing beyond this. Yam labdacha paramalabha, highest achievement. And to get that bhakti, we need to hear about Krishna. Without hearing about the Krishna, we cannot sprout up the bhakti. Because the bhakti was there actually. Because as a part and parcel of the Lord, we are all belongs to the Lord. So we have that inherent love for the Godhead. But due to contamination in this material world, we have forgotten. Just like a magnet and iron. A iron has the natural quality to be attracted by the magnet. But when it is rusted, it won't act. It won't be attracted. So in this condition life in the material existence, we have forgotten Vasudeva Paranmukha. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhogovancha kare nikatastha mayatre. So we have forgotten the Supreme Lord. As a result of this forgetfulness of the Lord, we have been suffering. So to again this awakening that natural love, we need to hear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karyoika. How to awaken that love, which is the highest achievement. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, it's not difficult. It's just forgotten. There is no question of we have disconnected from the Lord, but we have forgotten. It is dormant. It can be awakened. But how it can be awakened? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunaya Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaya Uday. So this love of Godhead, actually pure love for Krishna, is eternally established in the heart of the living entity. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the love naturally awakens. Only process of awakening that natural pure love for Krishna by the process of hearing and chanting. Shravanadi Shuddhe Chitte Kari. Therefore it is said that Jasyang Bhai Shriyamanam. If you hear, then automatically this love will be sprout up. Vyasadeva said that Jasyang Bhai Shriyamanam Krishna Parama Purushe Bhakti Utpadayate Punsam Sokam Moha Bhayopa. So this love of Godhead will be awakened by process of hearing. Without hearing, we cannot. We cannot sprout up that love. Krishna also spoke to Uddhava that although the highest achievement is the love of Godhead, but that can only be achieved through by hearing process. Ta ye sravanati gayanti hi anumodati chadrata mat parasada dhanascha bhaktim bindanti te mai. That bhakti can be achieved. Bindanti means active. So this bhakti can be active. Whoever hears, chant, respectfully takes to the heart these topics about me, becomes faithfully dedicated to me, thus achieve my devotional service. Therefore, Prabhupada has set up a things that gives us opportunity to hear about the Lord. And Lord also incarnates, he comes down just like Janmashtami is coming, the Jhulan Jatra is coming. All this festival Lord is enacting for our purpose, to awaken our Krishna consciousness. Lord incarnation, the only purpose, the predominant purpose is to awaken our Krishna consciousness which has been dormant due to contamination of material energy of the Lord, Maya. It is dormant, to awakening. And Lord enacted all the pastimes, just like Jhulan Jatra. What is the use of Krishna is showing his kingdom, his forms and activities, so that we can awakening our Krishna consciousness. by hearing this, participating in this festival, glorifying that festival, awakening our Krishna consciousness, awakening that natural love. We have the natural love. We are part and parcel. We are natural love, just like a mother and child, as a natural love that cannot be taken again by other sources. So by this process of hearing and chanting, one can. Therefore, all the Lord Himself appears. Although He says that paritranaya sadhana vinashasya duskrita, actually main purpose is to awakening Krishna consciousness, enacting all the pastime, attracting us by His form, by His activities, by His wonderful activities, powerful activities, by His name, by His entourage, all kind of things arrangement Krishna is doing, so that we can awaken our Krishna consciousness. That is stated by the so many verses in this Bhagavatam, that the whole purpose, Brahmaji is speaking the purpose of Lord to incarnate and comes down on this earth. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusam dehamastitah bhajate tadris krida yasrutta tataparo bhavet. So whole idea is that when Lord assume a human-like body to show mercy to His devotees, it is His compassion, it is His unbounded mercy. He engaged in such pastime as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated. So He is now enacting all kind of pastimes so that people get attracted. Usually people are attracted to famous, those who are very opulent. Lord Bhagavana means who has got all these six opulences, very beautiful, very rich, very famous. Just like if somebody is very beautiful, we are attracted. If somebody is very rich, like Ambani, Bill Gates, we are attracted. If somebody is very strong, we are attracted. If somebody is very knowledgeable, we are attracted. If somebody is so renowned like sannyasi and all, we are attracted. So Krishna has got all these opulences incomplete. Therefore, He is enacting all these wonderful opulences to us so that we can divert our attention for this material opulences, which is like a fragments, which is like a very, very small, very minute, and attracted to Him by hearing, oh, Krishna has lifted Govardhan. Just like we have recently, there's a big things about what is that called, wrestling match, Olympic wrestling. Krishna was only 11-year-old. He was fighting with Chanura Mustika, the greatest wrestler in the world, and he defeated them. Who can be greatest wrestler than Krishna? We are so much talking about this wrestling match, that Olympic wrestling, or India is going to India just disqualified, or some so and so forth. But you think about Krishna pastime, how he did. By hearing this pastime, we are attracted. There is a Supreme Personality of Godhead who is more stronger. He can lift Govardhan, and he showed his Vishwarupa. That how everything is emanation of Him. Everything is opulences. Just to convince us, canvas us to surrender to Him, to go back to Him, to attracted to Him. That is whole idea of Krishna is showing his Vishwarupa, showing all the opulences. All this orchestrated by the Lord Himself for the people in general. It is stated this verse as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is the reservoir of all beauty. All beautiful thing emanates from Him, and His personal form is so attractive that it steals the eyes away from all the objects, which then seem devoid of beauty in comparison to Him. When Lord Krishna was on the earth, He attracted the eyes of all people. When Krishna spoke, His words attracted to the minds of who remembered them, just like Bhagavad Gita. By seeing the footstep of Lord Krishna, people became attracted to Him. Thus, they wanted to offer their bodily activity to the Lord as His follower. In this way, Krishna is very easily spread In this way, Krishna very easily spread his glories, which are sung throughout the world by the most sublime, essential Vedic verses. Lord Krishna considered that simply by hearing and chanting those glories, conditioned soul born in future would cross beyond the darkness of ignorance. Being satisfied with this arrangement, he left his desired destination. So this is orchestrated by the Krishna himself. This is designed and planned very meticulously by Krishna. He comes down to awaken Krishna consciousness, he enacted all his wonderful pastime so that all the conditioned soul will be attracted to him. In this way, they can cross the beyond the darkness of ignorance. Because we are in ignorance, therefore we are attracted to very small things, minute sense gratification, temporary, transient, flickering things. That is whole idea. Therefore, by fearing process, all these things, we can sprout up. We can sprout up these things. Sprout up the love for him, attraction for it. Krishna spoke also Bhagavad Gita, Mayasakta manapartha yogaminjun magasraya, asam sayam samagramam, yet yasasi tasrino. Arjuna, you hear. By hearing about me, you will develop the attachment for me, the love for me, attraction for me. That is the whole process. In fact, people say that can you show the God? Actually, God is shown not by the process that what we want, like God will come out and handshake us. Oh, you are Mr. Such and such. I am God. This is like James Bond. I am Bond. I am James Bond. No. We have to have a qualification of sin. There's a beautiful verse. He says that the qualification of sin is that Sachirad Rajarishishad Achutya Kathasraya. So unless we take shelter of the Achutya Kathasraya, means Krishna Katha. Sinmantra Sadadhanasya Nityadasyad Adhiyata. Unless we take shelter of Achutya Kathasraya. What is that Achutya Kathasraya? O best of king, one who is faithful, who is always hearing the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always engaged in the culture of Krishna consciousness, in the hearing of the Lord's activity, very soon become eligible to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. That is the eligibility to see the Lord. So eligibility to see the Lord is hearing his glories activity. Everybody, how can you see the Lord? Can you show me the Lord? There's a process of seeing the Lord. It is revealed here. Lord called Sutya Achitya. Lord is seen by the ears, not by the eyes. Our blunt eyes cannot see that. So therefore it is stated that Lord is Sutya Achita, means, oh my Lord, your devotee can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing. Thus their heart become clean. You take your seat there. The Lord devotee can see it because they know the process that Lord is not seen by the eyes, it's seen through the ears. If you want to Krishna in your heart, you have to have through the ears. This is the process. This is the process. So this hearing is very, very paramount, important things. But the thing, therefore, see this because by hearing we will sprout up the eagerness, develop the love for him. There is a beautiful story in this regard. One thief was there. One thief, he was passing by and he saw one professional reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam speaking that there was a boy in Vrindavan. He was decorated with so many jewels by his mother, and he was sent to forest for tending cows. So this thief thought that why I am only stealing this small thing? Let me steal that boy. At once for all, I get all this jewelry, my life will be settled. So after the classes, he went and threatened this professional reciter. Tell me what is the whereabout of this boy, what is the address? He told, you go to Vrindavan. And this thief went to Vrindavan. He's so much eager, he's feeling, let me go and do that. That by hearing, he got that sprouting of that eagerness, whatever the motive may be. And he went there. And he went there, he saw the Krishna and trying to be associated with him, flatter him to get these jewels. But by association, he got purified. He became a devotee. So whole idea is that with the process of hearing, you develop that eagerness, sprout of the spiritual desire. So therefore, hearing is very important. Just like you hear about somebody, hear about one news that, oh, Bangladesh, something havoc is going on, something very imbroglio, Bangladesh is in a very imbroglio. So immediately you see, what happened? So many people died, let me go and check. So that eagerness will sprout up. And that eagerness is very key to our success. Laulyam mi api ekamulyam. This laulyam. By this eagerness, we can get the bhakti. Dhruva Maharaj. The Dhruva Maharaj is a 5 years old. He was so eager by hearing from his mother that Lord can be get in the forest, you can see the Lord in the forest. You go and do the austerity. He went to the forest doing austerity. So determined. Even gopis also, by hearing the Krishna flute, they give up everything, their family, the children, they cut off everything, then went. If they were obstructed, they were dying actually. So much. Rukmini also. He just hearing, he was attracted to Krishna. He sent a first love letter in the world and got married to Krishna. He's attracted to Krishna. The hearing process is very important. And now next thing is coming, that the hearing process, how one can hear. You cannot hear from any Tom, Dick and Harry, Pan, Bala, grocery shop. For hearing, you need the association of devotee. Therefore, in these verses, the Prachetas are praying, I want to be associated with your devotee who is engaged in the discussion of your Achutya Kathasraya, Hari Katha. Krishna also say that fine, highest thing is the love of Godhead. And how to get? By hearing it. How you can get a chance, opportunity for hearing Krishna Katha? By association of devotee. That is stated to Uddhava, that Tesu Nitya Mahabhagesu Mat Kathaha. Krishna Katha, you cannot go to grocery shop, Pan Bala, you can hear. Any materialistic IT engineer, you go and hear. No. Sambhambantihi tanennam Jusatang prapunanti agaham. A very beautiful verse. O greatly fortunate Uddhava, in the association of such saintly devotee, there is a constant discussion of me. Those partaking in this chanting and hearing my glories are certainly purified of all sins. See, Krishna say, all this discussion about me, the hearing process, constant discussion of me, how? In association of saintly devotee. You cannot hear from any Tom and Dickary. Satang prasangam mama veera samvinda. Satang prasang, in association of devotee, you can hear the Krishna Katha. Shravanam Kirtanam means association of devotee is important. Then all our anartha, all this all inauspicious thing will remove. That is obstacles, impediment, stumbling blocks for us to obtain the bhakti. So therefore, the association of devotee is coming, which is the very, very important things. So here Krishna said that is only possible by association of devotee. There's a beautiful verse is there. It is said that this association is very important, such that Kapil Dev is very nicely speaking about mostly association in these 4-5 verses. He told that prasangam soeva sadhu sukurta. Prabhupada's favorite verses. Prasangam ajarsam pasam atmanah kavya vidu Soeva sadhu sukrita mukhya daram apavritam. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for material is the greatest entanglement of spiritual. But that same attachment, when applied to the realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. So therefore, the association of devotee is very important. Very, very important. Satang prasangam mamavira samminda. Madasraya katha mrishtasrinmanti kathanti cha tapanti vividatapanaitam matagunna chetasa. Engage constantly in chanting, hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Sadhus do not suffer any material misery because they are always filled with thought of my pastime and activities. They do not care. Just like Prahlad Maharaj is saying, no, I don't care. Because I am always hearing Tadavidya Gayena. I always hearing and glorifying your activities. I don't care for all this suffering. Therefore, the sadhu sangha is very important because you can get a chance to hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna. And by that process, we can get that love of Godhead. Therefore, it is say that in the Rahugana say that even Prahlad Maharaj say, my dear King Rahugana, unless one has opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotee, one cannot realize absolute truth. One cannot realize absolute simply by observing celibacy, strictly following the rules of regulation of household life, leaving home as a bhana-prastha, accepting sannyas, undergoing severe penance. By all this process, you cannot. Only thing is attained by the great mercy of the great devotee. Therefore, association is very, very important. When you say association, we always say that devotee association means Ravanam Kirtana. Who are the pure devotee mentioned here? In an assembly of pure devotee, there is no question of discussing material subject matter like politics, sociology. In an assembly of pure devotee, there is discussion only the qualities, forms, pastime of the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, the hearing Krishna Katha means you have to approach a devotee. Satang prasangam mamavirya sambinda. By approaching a devotee, by hearing from them, what will happen? Our all this develop, the bhakti will develop. Satang prasangam mamavirya sambinda bhavanti hitkanna rasayana kata tadjosana tapi apavarga vartamani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. How it is developed by hearing process, it is stated here. In the association of pure devotee, discussion of pastime and activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead, very pleasing, satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation. Thereafter, he is freed and his attraction becomes peace. The real devotional service begins. This is the formula, that we have to associate with devotee and hear the Krishna Katha, and automatically our faith, our attraction, our devotion will begin or sprout up. Therefore, Prachetas are praying, I want to associate with devotee and get the opportunity of hearing. That is real sadhu sangha, where there is a kathanta cha mam nityam tushtanti cha ramanti cha. Bodhoyanti parasparam, always discussing about Harikatha. Wherever there is Harikatha, that is called place of pilgrimage. Not that Vrindavan is a place of no. Vrindavan is not a physical location, it's a consciousness. Braj means to think about, Braj means to walk on the path of satisfying Krishna. Walk on the path of devoted to the Lord. Like gopis, there's some insubstances are their whole existence devoted to the Krishna. That is called real Brajabasi. Wherever Krishna is there, Krishna Katha is there, Krishna is there. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati say that wherever the Harikatha is discussed, that place is actually a place of pilgrimage. That place is a place of pilgrimage. Therefore, by associating with the devotee of the Lord, so one can get all perfection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that sadhu sangha, there's a beautiful verses is there. Mahatva kripa vina kono karme bhakti na Krishna bhakti dure raho sansara nahe kya. So unless one is favored by a pure devotee, one cannot attend platform of devotional service. To say nothing Krishna Bhakti, one cannot even really relieve from the bondage of material existence. So you want to get Krishna Bhakti, you want the association of devotee. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is telling, sadhu sanga sarva shastra kahe, lavamatra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. By moment association, the verdict of all revealed scripture is that by even moment association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. All success. Kena, lavamatra. Even half of the moment also, there is a beautiful verses, I forget where it is. It is say that even a lavamatra, even a little bit of the beautiful verses, let me check it, you can remember. He said that dullabha manusya janma, the manusya janma is very dullabha. The dullabha manusya janma, dehina khenabhangura, tatrapita dullabha. Is a beautiful verses in this. Dullabha manusya deha dehinam khenabhangura, tatrapi dullabha manya vaikunta priyadarsana. This is spoken by Nimi Maharaj. For conditions to all, the human body is most difficult to achieve. It can be lost at any moment. But I think even those who have achieved the human life rarely gain the association of pure devotee, who are dear to the Lord by faith. That is the thing, how we should seek for the association of devotee, where there is a discussion of Harikatha is going on. You say that, yes, Sangha Labda Nijavirya Vaibhavam Tirtha Muhu Samashritam Himanasam. So yes, here it is stated, by associating with the person for whom the Supreme Personality of God and Mukunda is all in all, one can hear his powerful activities, soon come to understand them. The activities the activities of Mukunda are so potent that simply by hearing them, one immediately associates with the Lord. For a person who constantly and very eagerly hears narration of the Lord's powerful activity, the absolute truth, the personality of God, and in the form of sound vibration enters within the heart and cleanses it all the contamination. On the other hand, although bathing in the Ganges diminishes the bodily contamination and infection. This process and the process of visiting holy places can clean the heart only after a long time. Therefore, who is the sane man who will not associate with devotee to quickly perfect his life? So this is very important. So it is stated here that simply by process of hearing the associating with the devotees who is always glorifying the Lord, one can hear the powerful activities. In this way, will clean the contamination of material existence and obtain the love of Godhead. That is the sum and substances. That is the prayer of all these devotees. They do not want anything. The beautiful verse say that, therefore Rupa Goswami is praying that I want so many mouths, millions of mouths, then I can glorify you. Prithu Maharaj is praying that I want millions of ears. Vritasur, Prithu Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, everybody is praying. I do not want all kind of things, any kind of benediction. I want only that I will have association of devotee where I can hear the activities of the Lord, the wonderful, beautiful activities of the Lord. That is their whole idea. Because by hearing process, they will be always Krishna in their heart. So the beautiful verses in this regard spoken by Prithu Maharaj that, my dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like a saffron practicals. When the transcendental vibration from the mouth of a great devotee carries the aroma of saffron dust of the lotus feet, the forgetful living entity gradually remembers its eternal relationship with you. Devotee thus gradually comes to the right conclusion about the value of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction, but the opportunity to hear from your mouth, hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. See, that is the benediction is asked by the. Yeah. Therefore, he further prayed that, my dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction in which there is no existence of nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1 million of years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouth of your pure devotees. See, this is the prayer of all these great devotees. Same thing also Dhruva Maharaj is speaking. Same thing spoken by the Prahlad Maharaj, Vritasur. All wanted to, all they do not want any kind of other benediction. See, Dhruva Maharaj also praying, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotee who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotee are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I is surely able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with waves of blazing fire like danger. It will be very easy for me. I'm becoming mad to hear about your transcendental quality pastime, which are eternally existent. Same thing, all the devotees are longing for that, hankering for that. I want to hear you from a devotee, from a pure devotee is best. And this Vritasura is also praying. Vritasura praying that Vritasura very nicely praying that these beautiful verses that, O my Lord Master, I am wandering throughout the material world as a result of my fruitive activity. Therefore, I simply seek friendship in association of your pious and enlightened devotee. My attachment to my body, wife, children, home is continuing by the spell of your external energy. I used to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness, everything I have to be attached only to you. So he wants that. He wants that association so that he can hear about the Supreme Lord. So here also is praying that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes. My word always glorify those attributes. My body always engage in the loving of your Lordship. Vritasura is praying. And finally, we can see these prayers of Prahlad and Prahlad Maharaj prayer and Mukundamala Kulasekara. Prahlad Maharaj also praying same thing. Prahlad Maharaj said that, my dear Lord, now I have a complete experience concerning the worldly opulences, mystic power, longevity, other material pleasure, enjoyed by all living entity, from the Lord Brahma down to the ant. As a powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, uh, I do not wish to possess them, my dear Lord. I request you to place me in the touch with your pure devotee. Let me serve him as a sincere servant. He also, they want the association of devotee for the only purpose of hearing the glories of the Lord. That is their main purpose. And finally, in Mukundamala, Kulasekara also is praying the same thing. Kulasekara Alwar, the great devotee of the Lord from Sri Sampradaya, he very nicely Naham Bande Tava Charanaradandam Advenda Heto Kumbipakam Gurum Api Hare Narakam Napetam Ramya Rama Murdu Tanulata Nandane Napiratam Bhave Bhave Hudaya Bhavane Bhavayantam Bhavantam. So here he is praying that, O Lord Hari, it is not to be saved from the duality of material existence or the cream of tribulation of Kumbhipakam hell. I pray to your lotus feet. Nor is my purpose to enjoy the soft-skinned, beautiful women who reside in the garden of heaven. I pray to you, lotus feet. I pray to your lotus feet only so that I may remember you alone in the core of my heart, bath after bath. So everybody is praying. I am to remember. How to remember the Lord? By hearing process. Without hearing, how to remembrance will come? Remembrance will come by the hearing process. Avasmriti charanaravindha khinoti cha samtanoti, khinoti abhadrani cha samtanoti. Sattam Suddhasya Sattam Paramatma Bhakti. The Paramatma Bhakti will come by the hearing process. Therefore, it is stated in this beautiful last verse, we can see how to see the Lord actually. It's a beautiful verses in very beginning of Canto 1, how the Muni, they used to see the Lord. This is stated in this beautiful verses. तत्सदादान मुनय ज्ञान वैराग्य युक्त पश्यन्ति आत्मानि च आत्मनं भक्त्या श्रुत गृहीताय. The seriously inquisitive students or sage, well equipped with knowledge and detachment, realize that absolute truth by rendering devotional service in terms of what he has heard from the Vedanta Sutra. So this is the process. Prabhupada say that how devotional service should be based on the foreground of knowledge and detachment, and that can be fixed by the hearing of transcendental activities of the Lord, bona fide hearing from Vedanta. So thank you very much. So very, very important verses, how we can associate it, why the association of devotee important, because hearing is important. Why hearing is important? By hearing we will, all our anartha will go, also we will develop the love of God at which is the highest. That is the sum and substances of all revealed scriptures. Therefore, all the greatest devotee from Prahlad to Durba to Vritasura to Mukunda Malaya, Kulkula Sekhara to Prithu Maharaj, they are praying for the same and to hear from your devotees. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All goes to Srila Prabhupada Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.